Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. Listen, have some fun, but don't ever do, believe, or promote anything they say. They're idiots.
Guys, hold up. You should know, this ain't for everybody. Welcome to Savagely Loud. What's happening, people? Guys, welcome back to the show for the people that understand the facts divided by feelings equals failure. I'm Cliff, I'm your host, and I'm joined today and always by Big Dave Anderson, the big bad Viking. But before we get to him, you know the drill. If you want to help us out, get these words out, get these truths out, you can follow me at Savagely Loud on Instagram is where I'm most active. On that page, you're going to find two links. One of those links is to the Savagely Loud podcast page. If you could please follow us there too. It greatly helps the show out. It really does. I know it sounds like something simple, as simple as a follow can do something, but it actually does. So please do that for us. And the other link, you're going to find a simple link tree. Anywhere you want to hear my rants, see my bullshit, you can find it there, easy peasy. Outside of that, Facebook, X, and Rumble at Savagely Loud, YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can email us in at savagelyloud@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the material, and please, for the love of all the things you love, you got it. Rate and review the show, please. Apple, iTunes, and Spotify. It really does help. Give us a 5-star rating, a good review. It really helps get the show out. We've got some big things coming. We've got the 100th episode coming. We're going to do some cool stuff. So help us out. Let us grow the show. Help us grow the show. You like it. I'm sure somebody else is going to like it that's in your world too. So share it with them. That all being said, we're a little out of pace today, but that's okay. You know?
Oh, no, actually, you know, the way you started coming in was almost like a rhyme. I was just like,
yeah, it's
but you forgot one of your links, bro. Did you put it in your link tree yet?
What's that?
Your only. Yeah. Did you put that in there yet?
Yeah, the OnlyFans. So I'm going to open up an OnlyFans. This is a completely satire, but I was telling Dave I'm going to open up an OnlyFans, and and we're going to auction me off, and the lowest bidder wins me. We're going to get fucking rich, okay? Because this is the plan. We got it.
We got it.
You bid low, you lose. You win technically, but you win me. So it's really more of a loss. So we figure we should be able to get some $10,000 bids, some $15,000 bids. Pay off the cars, pay off the house per a couple months.
Pay off some credit cards, and all that stuff. You don't want to be the lowest bidder, because if you are, this is what you win.
Yeah, and if you don't bid at all you do is you get daily inundation emails with my rhetoric.
What a way to go.
You thought you could avoid me by not listening to the show or watching my content, but I've got news for you.
Little do you know what's coming.
Yeah, it's just ask my wife what's coming. She didn't understand how hard I was to get rid of when we got together.
Like a cockroach, he just won't go away. Not even nuclear holocaust won't get rid of him.
No.
He's like a little love tick. He's just going to burrow his way into your hearts and your minds for the rest of your life. It's okay.
Love tick. I don't bring Lyme disease. I mean, that's a positive, right? That's a plus.
You just bring nothing but love, man.
Nothing but love. You know why? Because I care what other people think.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. Let's talk about what other people think and what how everybody operates in this world. Because you know what? Let's be honest. You honest with me honest with you. This world is fucked. It's fucked, man. Everywhere you look is some sort of pain, some sort of suffering, some sort of turmoil. People going through shit en masse. People can't afford their fucking bills, can't afford to get to work because they can't afford gas, they can't afford food, they can't afford school. Seems like everybody can't afford shit, and the ones that can't afford it, they don't want to afford it because it's so fucking astronomically expensive that they start getting dark, and then all this shit culminates into this one absolute bullshit phrase. I've said it, you've said it, Dave has said it, we've all said it. Yes. So let's just get it out in the open. Ready? 3, 2, one. Zero fucks given, right? That's I mean, we've all said that, right? Zero fucks given. You get to a point in your life where you're just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about your thoughts. I don't give a fuck about your perspectives, your opinions, your whatevers. I just have zero fucks given. That is a fucking giant problem when you've got everybody in the world that's already fucked running around losing more fucks to give.
Yeah, no, and you're exactly right. And that, I mean, when nobody gives a fuck about anything that's happening, I mean, that's we're definitely in some deep water here. I think some dark, deep water.
Doomed is the word you're looking for.
I wasn't trying to be so
gloomy.
negative. I don't want, doom and gloomy. I don't want to be so negative, but I mean, you're right. I mean, we're fucked. I mean, literally. I mean, because nobody gives a fuck anymore. Like people. Like I've said it, like you said, I've said it, you've said it, everybody says it. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck. It's just,
yeah, so let's break into the origin of zero fucks given, or not, that, the whole notion of not giving a fuck about what people think. It's not what it is. It wasn't what it is today. This whole thing has morphed into some giant steaming pile of shit that is ruining lives, ruining countries, ruining this entire fucking world. Here's the thing, guys. You got to understand. Everything that happens, it doesn't matter what it is, any thought system, any train of thought, anything like this, it can become perverted and will become perverted over time, because people, the more often it gets used, the more blanket statement it becomes, and then the more fucking excuse it becomes for people to act like shit in their own fucking life, especially when you're talking about zero fucks given. Look out at your friends. Don't even look out at the broad scale society. Look out at your friends. And I fucking promise you, there's at least one of your fucking friends that leaves the house in pajamas. I guarantee you there's one of your friends that gets loud at restaurants. I guarantee you have these people in your fucking life. Now, I see you got something to say.
I was going to say, you're being awfully nice by saying at least one.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to make all of our friends here on the camera think that I don't believe that they have any good friends. I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
but it's probably more than one.
I would say maybe a handful of good friends. I mean, let's be honest. In today's day and age, I mean, that's kind of what it is. And most of those other people, like you said, they'll wake up, they'll go to the store in their pajamas, or they just don't care. They don't care about their appearance, and it just shows. Like, fuck it, I don't care if I go to work. Right. Fuck it, I don't care if I go do it.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more than just one. I think they have more friends than that.
Oh yeah. Well, and here's
especially when you're at a fucking restaurant and you see the whole table and they're all friends getting loud. It's like, okay, so all you guys are pieces of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting loud at a restaurant. You look over, and it's happened a dozen fucking times. I look over, and the entire fucking table's wearing pajamas. Like, that is the standard, right or wrong, whether anybody likes it or not. That's my standard right out of the gate. I know I will never be friends with you if you're out in public in fucking pajamas. Will not happen. We're just not. We're two different fucking people, and we're so different. We ain't never gonna fucking see eye to eye.
But if you wear a tutu, he'll be your friend.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll date you. I'll bring you home and let you shack up with the wife, No,
but seriously, I mean, you're right. I mean, I feel the same way. Like if you have to leave your house and you show up in a place in just your pajamas, you just look like shit. Chances are I'm not gonna be friends with you either. Because that just tells me your character. That tells me who you are as a human, and it's like I don't want to associate with that.
Yeah. And you know how many fucking people right now are listening to this going, you don't fucking know me. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. I'll walk out of this motherfucker in my pajamas. At least I got pants on. Let me fucking discuss this with you people, bring you back down to reality as to what we're talking about here. You see, when people that actually make shit happen, I know you think that we're just some do-nothing podcast hosts, but we got a lot of shit happening that you just don't know about because we don't talk about it in the show. That's not what this show's for. So when you've got do nothing, some do things, you got some doers, right? You got some people that make shit happen, and they see you out in public looking your worst. We understand this isn't about you not caring what people think of you. This is you not caring what you think of you. This is you not having any self-pride. I'll tell you this. In fact, it just happened this morning. I woke up, I fucking got up way early. It was like fucking 4:45, 4:50. And I'm like, I need some fucking coffee, this and that. I'm just not going to bother going back to bed because it was one of those situations we all get, right? You wake up a little bit before you normally do, and then you drift back asleep, and then you can't wake up for the whole fucking day. Like your circadian rhythm goes fucking haywire, and you just feel mostly tired all fucking day. So sometimes it's just easier to get up even if you don't want to. I had one of those days this morning, so I got up. And I was like, man, I want some coffee. And then I got down, and typically I drink my coffee black, no sugar, no cream. I just drink coffee, you know. But today I wanted some fucking cream. And I was spiced my coffee up a little bit today. But so I looked in the fridge, and there was just enough for my wife's cup because she's a creamaholic. Like, she loves that shit. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go to Jewel. You know, Jewel is our Meijer Publix. It's our thing. It's our local fucking grocery store up here in the Midwest, North Midwest, but Central Midwest, I guess I should say. Yeah. But that's our thing. So I was like, I'm going to go to Jewel. Well, then I walked my happy ass right the fuck back up the stairs, got dressed, not primed and prepped to the nines. I don't got a fucking tie bar on and my but I've got real pants on, real shoes on. I got a hoodie. I look presentable to normal people. I could have gone to fucking Jewel, especially where I live. I guarantee you there wasn't going to be a motherfucker in that store at that hour that didn't work there. Like, there's nobody in this area that's going to be up that fucking early. It's just the way it works. Well, I got up and I went back upstairs, got dressed anyway, because I will not walk out of this house looking my worst. I got to shave the old nugget on the face. I get that. But I haven't been shaving because, bald people, we got to get a good sunburn in or two before the season really starts. Well, you got to let the hair grow out a little bit after that sunburn happens, because you don't want to be scraping razor blades across that shit. Because when I burn, I burn all the way. Because at
least you fucking tan.
Yeah, dude. 2 days. I get a fucking nice deep red, purple fucking sunburn. 2 days, deep Mediterranean tan. Like a Greek god, except for the body and the composition and the attitude and the perspective and the thoughts. But other than that, the color is right there.
I burn. If I burn like that, I get blisters, and then I turn white again.
Yeah, that's my wife. She goes from fucking pasty white to fucking beet red, right back to pasty white.
So for all you motherfuckers that can tan that easily, fuck you. That's all I guess.
My son is a ginger, so he don't tan barely at all. And then and my daughter, she's like me. She's got the same hair color, blonde hair color, and all that stuff. Dirty blonde now, and she's the same way. Like, it takes 20 minutes in the sun, and she's got a nice deep tan.
You people, I swear.
She'll tan so dark sometimes that I'm like, is your mom like part Mexican? Because you've got this like really even complexion, and it's darker than I'm used to seeing.
I do the same thing with my wife. She's the same way, like 20 minutes in the sun, and she's tan, but she's green. So
yeah, and the tan lasts too. Like, these motherfuckers, they get a tan real quick, and then they go out one time in the sun, and the tan lasts for the entire season.
I don't understand it, but hey. That I wasn't born with it, so fuck it, I don't care.
But
look at that! I just said fuck it, I don't care.
Oh yeah, see, it's your own fucks given. I don't care. But let's break into the origin, because so many people don't understand where this came from. It's quick, it's easy. Zero fucks given was originally intended for a entrepreneur, for a doer, right? So any one of us knows, you probably know listening or watching right now, you're about to understand what I'm saying. When you get on a pathway to progress, a pathway to success, a pathway to becoming someone or something that you can be proud of, what do all of the people surrounding you do? They start telling you reasons you shouldn't do that. Don't lose who you are. Don't forget who your friends are. Don't be a stranger. They'll say shit like this. And the whole reason they're saying all this shit is to drag you backwards. A lot of people, I've dealt with thousands of motherfuckers in coaching. A lot of people, most people don't want to admit this to themselves because they don't want to feel like their family and friends that are closest to them don't want them to do better. But the truth is they don't, because the better you do, the more they're reminded of what they're not doing. People don't like that shit. So they're going to try to drag you backwards. They're going to try to pull on you and keep you anchored right where they are. Because if you're in their realm, they are now comfortable, especially considering if they already know you wanted to do something, if they already know that you've got big plans, big goals. I shouldn't say plans. I'd say big goals and big dreams. They already know that if you're not executing on them, you're a little bit more depressed than they are because they don't have those goals. They don't have those dreams. They're not worried about what they're doing, today to get us to tomorrow, to get us to the next day, to get us to the finish line. They're not worried about none of that. But they know that if they can keep you pigeonholed into their little fucking group, their little fucking chain link area, that you're going to be more depressed than they are because you do have them. And you're not conducting, you're not executing, so you're going to feel worse. People will always try to fucking hold you back. And then once you start actually moving, once you break through all their fucking chains and all their rhetoric to hold you back and you start moving, that's when the insults come. That's when those slight jabs start coming in. Like, oh, Mr. Big Shot. Hey, Hollywood. What's going on, Playboy? That's when that shit starts. That is where zero fucks given is supposed to lay, right? When they start coming in and they start insulting you and throwing you these jabs, you're supposed to say, I don't give a fuck what you think or have to say. I'm on my path. I'm marching forward. I'm going to get myself to my goals, whether you fucking like it or not. That is exactly where zero fucks given is supposed to reside. The problem here is that all these slimy shit pile lazy motherfuckers doing nothing with their lives have figured out that they can use zero fucks given. They can use the notion that I don't give a fuck about what you think of me as basically just use carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want in their own lives. Look like shit, smell like shit, don't cut your fucking hair, don't trim your fucking beard, don't comb anything, don't dress well. It's not that, people. And here's the fucking thing you got to understand is that if you're one of these people, I'm trying not to throw you any fucking shade, even though you fucking deserve it. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're one of these people that give so little of a fuck about yourself, you can't, I'm sure if you are one of these people, you're probably not listening to this show. Yeah, it's just not gonna fucking happen. However, for the stragglers that don't know the show, if you're listening and you're one of these motherfuckers that continuously go out to dinner or go shopping or go to the gas station looking like hell, hair's up in a fucking rat's nest, got sweatpants on, stained fucking t-shirts, smelling like shit, looking like nobody, nothing, everybody want to talk to. If you're one of these motherfuckers, listen up, because we're trying to fucking help you here, man. We want you to do better. We want you to have the life that you keep telling the mirror you want, but won't fucking do anything to get. It starts with A1. It starts with A number one, and that's you, right? We hear all the time, if you want to be successful, start by making your bed, because that way, once you get up, you've already accomplished something that 99% of the other people haven't accomplished, and that's making their bed, because most people don't make their bed. I know a lot of fucking people that are all over the internet talking about how you're supposed to start out making your bed, and they don't make their fucking bed because people are full of shit. We are not full of shit. I can tell you what I don't do in the morning.
What's
make
that?
My fucking bed.
No.
Part of it is because my wife is still in it. And the other part is because I don't give a fuck. I really just don't give a fuck about making my bed. Now, is it nice when I come home and I got, I can do all my shit and then I go to bed later on in the evening and I come to a nicely made bed? Of course it is. It's very nice. That's not one of the things I give a fuck about. I replace making my bed with making my body, like making myself look. I work in a shop. I still comb my beard. I still make sure my hair's trimmed up. I still make sure my fucking outfit, my outfit.
Your outfit.
Clothes I wear to work. It's not a uniform, but it's clothes I wear to work. I still make sure that's clean. I still make sure it doesn't smell like shit. I do things to take care of myself, to make myself a presentable individual when I go out into society. That's where I think everybody should start. I really don't honestly give a fuck about making your bed, because I'm going to be honest with you. All these little fucking tips and tricks about how to fucking set yourself aside, this and that and the other fucking thing. Let me tell you, billionaires, these motherfuckers are the ones telling you to make your bed. You think these motherfuckers wake up and make their bed? They don't make their fucking bed. They wake up, they go get in the shower, they get themselves pressed and dressed and ready to rock for the day like they should. And then the maids come in later, or the fucking nanny comes in later, or the wife comes in later, the husband comes in later and makes the fucking bed. That's how it happens. I don't listen. That's why I don't listen to most people, because most people are just, oh, what can I think up now that'll really, really make it sound like I'm a thinker? And you come up with shit like this. Right. Like, I'm just being real here. Is it a bad thing to make your bed? Of course not. But does everybody do it? No. No. And you know what? I personally, again, I'm like you. I don't make my bed first thing in the morning because I'm up at the butt crack of dawn. I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. The wife's still sleeping. So it's kind of hard. I mean, I suppose I could like fuck with her one day and make the bed while she's still sleeping, but just fucking 2-foot her out of bed and then fucking make the bed.
I got to make the fucking bed. I'm leaving.
The influencer on the internet says I have to make my bed so that I can have an accomplishment that nobody else has to start my day. So you got to go.
I mean, but I have to agree. I mean, making your bed is not like, but leaving your home, the way you want to present yourself, that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because that sets the stage for everything. That shows everybody that you actually give a fuck. I couldn't tell you how many times just like you, like even on the road crew, like, I'm on a road crew and stuff like that. And I make sure, I can jump out of bed, jump into my clothes and fucking go. But no, man, that's, to me, I was raised differently. Like, the first thing you do is you take care of yourself. You brush your teeth, you take a shower, you trim your fucking beard, you comb your hair, stuff like that. Make yourself presentable. I think the only time for myself that I'm not presentable is at night just before bed when I'm taking the dogs out for the last time. And that's when I'm wearing like my sweatpants or something and taking them outside for a walk.
Right.
That's the only time that you'll catch me like looking like that. Otherwise, even sitting in the house, if I'm sick, I'm taking a shower, I'm brushing my hair, I'm doing my hair, I'm doing all my daily stuff, putting on clothes, because that's just how I am. That's who I am. It's like, I don't like to lounge around just like, to me, it's disgusting.
I just don't understand how people lounge around. And I know a lot of people that do this, and I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just simply stating I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand how people lounge around in their fucking pajamas all day. I just don't. Like, I don't feel like the day has begun until I'm dressed. Like, until I'm looking human, I'm feeling human. I'm waking up, I'm getting moving. I don't feel like the day has started. So like on the days that I have done the jammy thing all day long, like I get to the evening, I feel like the day's never started, but now it's fucking wasted.
Yeah. No,
because
exactly.
I didn't get dressed.
Right. No, I'm the same way. Like if the day started, if my day is starting, it means I'm dressed, I'm trimmed, I'm proper, I'm, because at a moment's notice you have to go out. If you can have to go somewhere at a moment's notice. And why would you want to go in a moment's notice just looking like complete shit?
Well, and like I've got it, like all my shit. It's like I might have to fucking leave at a moment's notice to go to a fucking meeting for something, or I might have to jump on fucking camera with a meeting with something, or a live event or something. I couldn't tell you how many fucking times in the last 2 months I've gotten calls out of fucking nowhere. Dude, jump on cam. I need you on the mic. Boom, I'm on somebody's fucking show. Within 4 minutes of the message or the phone call, I'm on their show. It's not, give me 30 minutes so I can go shower, cut my hair, trim my beard, trim my mustache, get fucking dressed and all this other shit. Just be dressed, be ready to go. How can you expect great things to come your way if you're never ready for them? Like, that's how life works, how energy works, how your gods and my gods and all their gods and all this shit. That's how this works, is you have to help yourself before these gods will help you, before the fates, the universe, before all of that shit will help you. So if you're waking up and saying, fuck today, fuck my body, fuck my appearance, fuck my mindset, fuck my personality, fuck my self-esteem and self-worth, why would you ever think that the fucking universe is going to deliver you something positive?
Well, it's like a boomerang effect. You're putting that out in the universe, it's coming right back at you. So that you only have one person to blame for what you're not accomplishing, and that's yourself.
Right.
At that point, because you're putting it out there, and it's a boomerang effect. You put that, again, we've talked about the negative energy, the positive energy, and how quickly it goes and all that stuff. But doing something like this and you just boom, like let's throw that boomerang out, fuck it, I'm not going to take a shot, I'm just going to lounge around. It's going to whack you eventually.
Yeah. So they come back and slap you right in the fucking face.
Yeah, because who knows, you might get a call, somebody that somebody that you may know ended up in a car accident or something like that. Heaven forbid that doesn't happen, whatever. But if that did, what are you going to do? You're just going to leave the house looking the way you are. It's it just doesn't look good. I mean, for me, that again, I mean, I guess I don't know if it's just how people are raised or if that's just the mindset that we've gotten to in society where, the whole fuck it, I don't care. And it's really bad that we're in that kind of a situation because you should care about that. Because if you want anything to be able to happen for yourself, anything positive to happen for yourself, it starts with you. You put that out in the universe.
Yep. Well, you got to be ready. That's here's a perfect example, perfect illustration of being ready at all times. So it's like, like I've actually said to people, like, why the fuck are you going grocery shopping in your fucking pajamas or your fucking filthy sweatpants, whatever? It's just grocery shopping. Who gives a fuck, Well, let me tell you a story about grocery shopping. I was literally grocery shopping one day, about a year and a half ago. And I just move with a different energy because I'm dressed, I'm proper, I carry myself with a straight back, shoulders back. I have a different energy. I was at Meijer grocery shopping. And a motherfucker approached me who also gave off a different energy. And so I was intrigued. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're like the only two motherfuckers in this place that got dressed today. Okay, what's up? What's going on, man? And he's like, you move with a different energy. He literally said that. He's like, you move with a different energy. He's like, do you got any social media or this and that? And I said, I was like, yeah. And we did the whole phone in the aisle thing, And he's like, do you want to be on my show? He's like, I'd love to have you on the show. He's like, you're an intriguing dude. I actually got an opportunity to be on somebody's fucking live podcast because I got dressed. I was at the grocery store with a cart full of crap and I got a fucking opportunity. This is the thing you got to understand is you don't ever know when opportunity is going to knock, but you've got to be willing to answer the fucking door when it does. You can't be like, oh my God, there's so-and-so. Oh my God, I look like shit. And then you try to avoid that person. What if you're avoiding an opportunity? And what if you spend your whole life like that, just diving and dodging and dipping and ducking around fucking opportunities, all because you just didn't want to shower today, all because you didn't want to go get your fucking haircut, all because you didn't want to trim your beard or get dressed.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you're putting yourself out there like that, chances are those opportunities are not going to come to you at all.
Right? Oh no, they're not. Nobody's going to fucking approach somebody in public in their jammies and go,
"No,
you look like an awesome human being. Let's get you on the show."
Yeah, for me personally, I see somebody at a grocery store in the middle of the day in their pajamas or something like that. I just look at them like pieces of shit.
Yeah, you're the scum of the fucking earth. Like it's you
waste
have
of human skin.
And the funniest thing is these motherfuckers are the most proud too. The fucking worst looking individuals on the fucking planet. When you see them in public, you go to their you go to their fucking social media, and it's all about proud American, proud this, proud that. Well, you're not fucking proud of anything. You're not even proud of yourself. You don't even have the fucking dedication to your own self to put fucking real pants on before you leave the fucking house. How are you out here talking about pride? You don't have any. Shut the fuck up.
Right. No, they don't. I mean, and I've done that too. I've had some people like, message me, when I was doing my show and all that stuff, like, hey, I'd like to get on your show, this and that. And I would go on their social media and look, and like all their shit is just like random, just junk, and just some of their pictures, their profile pictures is like, no.
Yeah,
I just it's like, no, I'm not having
That's
that.
what you want the entire world to see of you first, is that picture? Fuck.
Right. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is, then it's like, you have to ask, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like, you gotta love the motherfuckers that do nothing with their lives. And yet and you guys listening and watching, you guys know these people too. You've had run-ins. These motherfuckers think they are just the best things since sliced cheese. They are so interesting. They've got so many stories to tell you. They've got so many accomplishments to tell you about. Yet their fucking profile picture is some dog shit photo of them from fucking 18 years ago because they haven't taken a good one yet. And fucking like, It's so fucking ridiculous.
It's like, how can you not take a good picture of yourself with the technology that we have today? Oh, that's right. You're using the technology today, but that's just the way you fucking look.
Right. So, I mean, but this carries on. Like, look at the globe, guys. Everybody, look at the fucking globe, the entire world. Look at India. Do you think India is statistically, this is 100% factual information. I'm not throwing any shade or hate, even though I think it's a disgusting shithole and it needs to be cleaned up. That is exactly what it is. Statistically, is a disgusting fucking shithole. India creates the most amount of undealt with trash on the face of the earth. Literal entire rivers just full. Fucking top to bottom, 13, 14, 15 feet deep, just solid fucking garbage rivers. Yep. Do you think this kind of shit happens because everybody gives a fuck about themselves enough to just get dressed in the morning? Do you think this kind of shit happens because people give so many fucks about their surrounding areas that they want to make them better and actually take fucking charge and make things happen to make that, to turn the place into a better place? No. India is a perfect example of what you get when nobody gives a fuck. Zero fucks given. Dude, these motherfuckers smell like fuck. Again, this is just fucking factual information. They smell like piss. They smell like shit. They smell like body odor. They don't fucking shower. They barely fucking they barely trim their fucking hair. They barely fucking shave. They look like fucking hell when they walk out. They live in an absolute disaster of a fucking shithole. Like, India is the country that happens when all of everybody in a country says zero fucks given. That's what you get. You get fucking India. You don't get America. I see America's still nice in most areas. I would say 90% of America is really fucking nice. You got your population hubs, that the Democrats run, and they fuck everything up. And you've got some other Republicans that make things too fucking expensive. So they contribute to that too as well. But for the most part, 90% of fucking America, we'll go 90%. 90% of America is beautiful. Why? Because for the most part, we give a fuck. For the most part, we are a people that do get up in the morning, get showered, get cleaned up, smell nice, look nice, get dressed, and then attack the day. That's the difference. When you have a country full of people that attack the day the proper way, you don't end up with fucking India.
No, you don't. I gotta say, I'm gonna throw my neighbors underneath the bus here because you can tell they don't give a shit. Like, we all redid our decks in the back because they were all falling apart, rotting out and stuff like that. Our neighbor, their deck is like literally, I wouldn't walk on there you couldn't pay me to walk on that deck. I'd probably fall through. But that's just not it. They open up their garage and they leave it open and it's just piled with garbage. Like, just shit. It's just like, how do you live like that?
Well, and that's even worse because you're in a fucking townhome community.
Yeah. And they leave it open. And I'm surprised like the association that we have, because they'll send people walking through and make sure everything's nice and proper and all that stuff. But I mean, it comes down to like not just having yourself being proper, but the things that you own, taking care of them. Taking care of your home, where you live, your domicile, whatever you want to call it. It just blows my mind how anybody would want to live like that. Just like looking at their garage. I don't even want to know what the inside of the house looks like at all, because it's just like you can tell a person's character, again, not only by the way they present themselves, but how they present what they own, how they take care of their shit and all that stuff. And if it's looking like that, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit at all. And it's like, to me, it's just, how do you live like that?
Yeah, it's tacky as fuck. I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. And then and coincidentally, they're the kind of fucking people that would always be bitching, opportunities don't ever land in my lap. I'm sure glad they land in your lap. Must be nice.
Well, and I hate to, I wasn't going to say, I'm not going to say the race, but I'll tell you that right now, they're not white. That's my next door neighbor. Right. So, I mean, that says it all right there. And I understand because the country that they originate from is a shithole. You can't drink the water there, nothing like that. So that's the type of thing that they're used to living in. And unfortunately, they're bringing it here. And it's just like, I remember one time they had the garage door open, it was like 40 below out. My pipes in my upstairs bathroom, were starting to freeze because they had their door open. The kids come out. because the mom's non-existent. It's just the kids there. I looked at the kids. I'm like, you guys better start closing that fucking door. You're going to be paying for that broken line that's going to happen in my house. And then, it's not going to end well for you. Right. But I mean, these guys are just, but again, I mean,
zero fucks given, Dave. I don't give a fuck about you. Why would you give a fuck about you? They obviously don't even give a fuck about themselves.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. If they don't care about themselves, they're not going to care about you. So, I mean, and those are the people. That's why for myself, I don't want to associate people with people like that because, I know I can sit here and say, I don't give a fuck. But if you look how I present myself, my house and all that stuff, I do give a fuck about those things and other things. It just comes to certain circumstances where I don't.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not to say you got to give a fuck about everything. It's just I'm just saying, you got to give a fuck about you if you want anybody else to give a fuck about you, because that's another fucking facet of this. Another aspect is, so many fucking people, and this one's no shade. It's just reality. So many people in this life are just absolutely depressed. They live in darkness, and they just, because nobody respects them, nobody honors them, nobody cherishes them, nobody treasures them, nobody wants anything to do with them, and they just can't get it through their fucking head that they don't want anything to do with you because you appear as though you don't want anything to do with you. Oh, exactly. When you portray yourself in a manner that tells everybody right out without even fucking saying it that you don't give a fuck about you, nobody else is going to give a fuck about you.
Why would they?
Yeah, they shouldn't. Nor they shouldn't. Like literally, they should not give a fuck about you if you don't give a fuck about you.
Oh, exactly. And the funny thing about it, with a lot of those people that don't give, that are like that they just don't give a fuck. Those are the same people that will, you're trying to do something better for yourself. You're starting something. Those are the people that are going to give you the unsolicited advice on what they would do. And I love those people because they're going to be like, and I've had that. I've had it happen with businesses that I've owned. People come up to me, oh, you should do this. And I just kind of look, I'm like, well, what gives you the
authority?
Yeah, exactly. The authority to give me the ideas of what I need to be doing with my business. Well, I did this back when I was like, work for this company. I'm like, okay, you work for a company. Have you ever done it on your own? Yeah. Well, no. It's like, well, it's just like, but you don't have that authority to give me any advice because, those are the people, they're giving you that advice to, again, for you to fail.
Yeah.
They want you to fail.
Yeah.
Because now they have to, again, like you said, they have to look at themselves in the mirror and come to the realization that their life is shit.
Yeah.
So when they realize that their life is shit, they want everything around them to be shit.
Yep. Because they still want to feel good about themselves, right. But the only way they can feel good about themselves is that if everything around them is even worse.
Well, and the thing is, they can feel good about themselves, and this is what's fucked up in their mind is that they're going to feel good about themselves because they're like, well, I gave you great advice, so they're going to feel good about that when their advice was actually detrimental on what you're actually trying to do. But but they're going to twist it. Well, they'll twist that. And they'll be like, oh, I gave you some good advice, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, the fuck you didn't. That's why I don't take your advice.
Do what I do. When I have no problem admitting that somebody's giving me good advice. Like even if they're shit piles, right? But this is what happens when I get good advice from somebody that is obviously not very loving of themselves. I'll listen to it and I'm like, oh, you know what? I was like, I'm going to take that to heart. That's interesting. And then I'll kind of break it down a little bit. And I'm like, well, let me ask you a question. You said yourself and this is good advice, and I believe it's good advice. My biggest question is, why aren't you taking it?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you taking this advice? I can see by looking around in the place that you live and how you, don't take care of yourself that you're not taking any of this good advice. So now you're telling me you're a person without telling me, of course, you're telling me that you're a person that has the information you need to turn your life into something fucking awesome, and you're flat out refusing it. However, at the very same time, you're flat out refusing to take your own advice. You're demanding other people take it because it's such great advice. This is an interesting fucking balance we're working on here. And then I just make them feel like absolute shit. And you know what happens every fucking time that happens? I see them a couple weeks later. fucking dressed. They got their fucking shirt all buttoned up. They smell decent. It's because sometimes, most of the time, shame works better than fucking support, right? If somebody's fucking their life up, don't go, oh, it's going to be okay. You just got to keep marching, dude. You know, just stick with it. It's going to be fine. You're perfect the way you are. It'll all fall into line. That shit don't fucking work.
No,
You say, I don't know what you want to hear, dude. I mean, you're telling me your life sucks. You're telling me nothing's going right as you're sitting in your pajamas on a 3-day shower. Like, what the fuck is happening here? You know, or the people like fucking friend of mine I used to have has a real thin beard. Instead of shaving the fucking thing off, which would have been the proper fucking thing to do. Let me interject myself here. Let me give PSA to the men out there. I know, guys, we all want to have beards. We all want to feel like men. But please, from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying to help you. When you have a beard that doesn't grow in patch, you know, grows in patches here and there, growing it out doesn't make you look better. It doesn't make you look manlier. It actually makes you look more unkempt, makes you look more childlike, because it just looks like you haven't all the way going all the way through puberty yet. So if you got one of these patchy beards, you don't grow it out. Shave that shit off. Make yourself look better. I will tell you, a clean shaven man looks better every single fucking day of the week. I don't care if you got double and triple chins. A clean shaven man looks way better than a man trying to grow out a beard that doesn't fucking exist.
That's facts right there.
It's just the truth. It's just the fucking truth.
I've seen it so many times where people, you know, guys like that will have like stragglers coming out of the cheeks and like a few down the chin, and it's just like, bro, why don't you get rid of that? You look like complete shit.
Yeah, you look like you're homeless.
But it's starting to come in. It's no, it's not. It really isn't. I don't know who's lying to you. It's not coming in. It doesn't look good. It makes you look like a fucking moron.
You're 44 years old. It's not coming in.
Like, oh my God, man. You haven't even hit puberty yet.
Or here's the other one. Here's another one for you guys on the beard topic. When you grow a beard and let's just say it's thin. It's not patchy. It's okay. It's just thin. Don't fluff it. Don't brush it in an opposite direction to make it look thicker. If you're not watching right now, I'm like making the motion to brush from the jawline to the hairline going up. Don't do this, because it just makes it look absolutely fucking terrible. If you can grow a beard but it's thin, just keep it short. Keep it short. Have a distinguished short beard. You trust me. If you're listening to this and you do that, you fluff your beard trying to make it look thicker, all you do is look even more fucking homeless and even more patchy and even more thin. Just shave that shit down, comb that shit down, tame it down, do whatever you got to do. Just rock the distinguished short beard. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, I used to have my beard even longer than what it is now. And out riding motorcycles and stuff like that, that fucker would fly up in my face and be like, and then when I get to a spot, it'd be like this. Yeah. I got so sick and tired of it just being all up in my face. That's why I trimmed it. It's like, 'cause I like it to be, I don't like those, like when it's all fucking wiry and just like looks like all fucking shit. It has to be trimmed. It has to look nice.
I call it the Uncle Si beard because remember that show Duck Dynasty? That fucking Uncle Si and that show, that motherfucker, there's no way he had ever run in his entire life, ever run a comb through that beard. No. It was dog shit.
Well, and that's the other thing, folks. On the beard topic right now, if you're going to have a beard, you got to groom it just like you groom your hair on the top of your head.
Right.
You comb it. There's beard oil that actually works very well. That helps. Put that shit in. Comb it.
And if you don't want to
brush.
Yeah. And you got beard oils, you got beard butters, you got beard balms. Like if you got a big long beard or you got a beard that's a little wiry and it likes to get out of place, you're going to use your butters and your balms. If you got a dandruff problem, but everything else seems to fit in place, you're just going to use the oil down in the roots. Use this shit. There's nothing wrong with it. How come? And that's the funniest thing. It's all these fucking men, back to zero fucks given. They walk around with a shitty looking fucking beard, but their fucking hair on top of their head is prim and proper. Like at all fucking times, always done. What the fuck is happening here? Well, it's my fucking beard. Men don't use all that shit. So you're going to tell me that you're going to go to a fucking salon, get your fucking hair did. You're going to wake up every fucking morning and wash that shit with all these different botanical oils and fucking things like this, put all this grease in it to make sure it holds its shape. That's what men do, but they don't extend the same courtesy 6 inches lower to their jawline. get the fuck out of here, guys. If you're going to have a beard, take care of it, you know, because that's the number one fucking thing for a man. Well, that'll tell me if you have a beard and you're a man, I don't give a fuck what the rest of your body looks like. I'm going to look straight at your fucking beard and I'm going to know what I need to know at least enough to decide whether I'm going to continue a conversation or even start a conversation, or I'm just going to walk the other fucking way. I don't give a fuck if you're in a fucking 3-piece suit and your hair is perfect, but your beard looks like it ain't had a fucking comb run through it for the duration of it, the life of it. We're done. You can't hide your face, people. No. Being ugly is one thing, but if you're going to be ugly and have a beard and do all this other, take care of it. That's all you got to do. It's the same thing as like maybe rub a little lotion on your skin. Like what did Bill Burr say? If your dick looks brand new, but the bottom of your feet look like a prehistoric riverbed, it's time to increase the circumference of the lotion distribution. It doesn't make you a fag. It doesn't make you gay. It doesn't make you a pussy or effeminate. It makes you appear as though you actually give a fuck about yourself.
Well, I mean, now let's take this, like, let's do some history here real quick. Over 1,000 years ago, the Norse, one of the biggest things, they found combs and all that stuff. These people literally made their own combs and groomed themselves. If they can do it without the stuff that we have today, and they did it back then, you have zero fucking excuse.
Yeah. Zero fucking excuse.
Zero.
It's mind-boggling to me how there's so many fucking people out here that look like absolute warmed over dog shit. And they're the same people that are always bitching that opportunity doesn't find them. They're always the ones bitching that they can't get a better job. They can't make more money. They can't get more friends. They can't build more influence. They can't get more followers. It's because you don't care about yourself, and your outwardly appearance tells everybody that. Now, to caveat, because I know there's a lot of people probably fucking screaming at us right now, to caveat this, I absolutely do know a couple of people, and it's just a couple. They are good fucking people. They are gold. They got golden hearts. They care more about everybody else than they do about themselves, this, that, and the other thing, and they look like shit. I get it. Anomalies happen, but here's the lesson. We have to stop comparing ourselves to anomalies. It's the same thing when you look at celebrities, the same thing when you look at influencers, the same thing when you look at entrepreneurs, or you look at bodybuilders, or you look at CrossFit people. There are anomalies out there. There are people out there that don't have to do the kind of work that a lot of us got to do to look good. They got better genetics. I'm fucking sorry, but just because somebody else has better genetics and has to work a little less hard at making themselves look good doesn't mean you shouldn't work at all to make yourself look better. It's mind-blowing.
No, it is. It is. I mean, if you want these things, if you want to look better and all that stuff, you got to put forth the effort to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. There's no magic pill. There's no magic formula. There's none of that shit. You just got to put in the effort. Yeah. You have to, because that's where it starts. If you put in the effort, it's going to show that you put in the effort. Now, for those of you that are watching, I mean, you look at me. I mean, I got a beard. I've got tattoos all over the place. Most people will look at me and think that opportunity wouldn't come my way, which is exactly the opposite. I have opportunities coming at me all the time. I have a great job, things that we got going on, all this stuff. But that's because I put in the effort on myself first.
Yeah, it's quite that simple. And now let's take it long game. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, why? Why does this matter? What is fucking happening? Okay, so let me ask you this for people listening, people watching. What do you want out of your life? If you need to pause us right now, do it. Pause us for a couple of minutes. Think about this. Really give it some good, hard thought. Where do you want to see yourself 10 years from now? Where do you want to see yourself 20 years from now? Think about it really hard. I guarantee you it's not in a fucking trailer park eating Doritos off of your chest while you're laying on a couch that's, stained with piss and full of roaches. I guarantee you it's not that. So how are you going to get to that fucking place? Well, it's going to involve other people, because coincidentally, hand in hand with taking care of yourself is working with other people, right? So I did a video the other day and I said, if you want to go really, really fucking fast, you want to just get to the end of life as fast as you possibly can and have nothing to show for it, go alone. Because everybody out here wants to think that they're a lone wolf and they want to wear that like a badge of honor. I myself, I say it all the time, I'm a one-man army. But here's the reality. The reason that I can do the things that I'm doing and build the things that I'm building and go the places that I'm going with is because I'm allowing myself to work with other people. And by allow myself to work with other people, that means I have to give a fuck about myself. I have to give a fuck about what other people think. Now, I understand this. In that video I did the other day, my buddy Bruce Calero, he corrected me and he clarified. He's like, just to be clear, it's make sure what the right, care about what the right people think about you. And that was a poignant statement, because you don't need to give a fuck about what the bums think about you. You don't need to give a fuck about what people that have no right or reason to be in this fucking country think about you. You don't have to think about all that, but you do have to think about what certain other people think of you, because if you really want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you want to build a life that is worthy of being proud of and bragging about to your friends, having your friends be so jealous of your life that they don't even want to be friends with you. If you want that, you're going to have to work with other people. Go fast, go alone. Go far, you got to go with other people. But other people aren't going to allow you to go with them if they can look at you and fucking tell within 10 seconds of meeting you that you don't give a fuck about yourself. If you can't even take fucking 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes and run a brush through your beard, comb your fucking hair, make sure you're dressed before you leave the house. If you can't do that, there's no limit to the shit you can't do.
Right.
Right? I mean, if you can't do that.
Yeah, if you can't do that, I mean, you're pretty much, you're the only reason that's stunning everything from happening for you.
Yep.
Because if you cannot just take, it's literally, it's so fucking simple. One step. Take care of yourself first, and then everything else is going to fall in line.
Yeah, and you and I are in this fucking next aspect.
Yeah.
Weight. Your fucking body weight. Your body weight says a lot to people that need you to say very little. I'm a fat dude. I'm on my fucking journey. I've been on my journey. Dave's a fucking chubby dude. He's been on his journey. I give you a little credit, you fat fuck. But we're on our journeys. We've been doing it for a long fucking time. We're coming down. We're getting down there. We're looking better, feeling better. But that's another thing, guys. Unfortunately, and as two fucking chunky dudes, fucking telling you, I've been a lot fatter than I am right now, and as has Dave. Let me tell you, the amount of respect that I got from people when I was way heavier than I am now paled in comparison to the respect that I get from people as I am right now. And as I am right now, that level of respect will pale in comparison to the level of respect I get when I'm down to my target weight and I've got my fucking, I've got some visible muscle and, where it used to not be visible, you know what I mean?
He's not talking about in between the pants.
Right. Yeah. No, that's not, that hasn't been visible since I was like 6, but it's like 2 inches on its tippy toes on a proud day. Like it's nothing to brag about, but everything else, like we can get that, we're getting that arranged. We're getting that rectified, but that's another thing. It's like, even Andy Frisella said, if I look at you and you're a fat, sweaty fuck, I know you can't even say no to the thing that you're putting in your mouth. Like you can't even say no to things you put in your mouth. What makes you think that I'm going to be able to trust in you, that you're going to be making better decisions with what's going in my mouth, so to speak?
Right. Now, on the caveat to that, I know there is medical conditions that cause people to be like that, and
thyroid,
we're not,
and all that kind of shit.
Right. So we're not casting shade to that. Nope. But for the able-bodied people that are actually able to do that, I mean, listen, my story went for losing weight. I used to weigh over 400 pounds. I dropped over 200 pounds in about 2 years. And I never felt better. I gained some weight back because, my job and my, lifestyle changed because of my job. So I put on some weight, so I have people like, wow, you got to lose some weight. But like, yeah. And then I fire back. I'm like, yeah, at one point in my heaviest, I was over 400 pounds and I lost over 200. And they're like, oh shit, but that's discipline, and that's another part of that's something that people need to really learn. It's discipline, it's dedication, it's, putting yourself, knowing that this is what you got to do and just fucking doing it and not caring about what people are saying behind your back when it comes to that, because you're taking care of yourself.
Now I'm going to use that, and I'm not throwing shade, but I want to use it as an illustration because because I interact differently with a lot of people, right? And I want to give people the tools. I want to give all you guys out there the tools that you're going to need to combat certain situations that you're going to run into life, right? So let's say I didn't know Dave, right? And we ran into each other. We got into the conversation. I don't know what the fuck happened, but somehow we started talking about how you used to weigh 400 pounds. You lost 200 pounds. You gained a little weight back. Blah, 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 blah. I would immediately be like, okay, so why did you stop at losing 200 pounds? Well, my fucking job, this, and my lifestyle, that. No, you're using that as excuses for your lack of discipline. And that's why you're gaining the weight back, is because you failed at the discipline. You failed to keep that rolling. I'm just using this. And you have, I understand your situation. We've talked about that. It's really not that, it's not all that. Like, I get what you're still on your thing. It's just, it slowed because of life changes and shit. Like, everybody understands life happens. But for the people out there listening, that's what I would give you. That's some shit that I would give you. So be prepared for that. So, and the reason I say this is because if you know what people will fight you with, you know how to fight against it before they even bring you the battle. Right? Yep. If you're that person to say, man, I used to weigh 325 pounds and I've lost 111 pounds, or I lost 111 pounds and then I'm kind of I've gained 35 pounds back and this and that and the other thing. But you're using it because everybody that's ever lost weight uses that as their big thing. Like, we see these stupid motherfuckers on the internet, their whole claim to fame in their entire fucking life is I lost a lot of weight. You gained part of it back, some of it back, most of it back, whatever, but you're still hanging on that victory that you lost all the fucking weight. Mm-hmm. If you know that people are going to say, this is what, why'd you stop the discipline? You're starting to, you're just camouflaging your lack of discipline with excuses. If you know that that's what they're going to say to you, you know the game. You know what's going to happen. So right then and there that you've got to up the discipline. Because you don't want to be that fucking guy. You don't want to have this giant claim to fame, because losing weight is really fucking hard, especially losing a lot of fucking weight. One of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing you'll ever fucking do, is lose absolute tons of fucking weight. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be the guy that went through all that, or the girl that went through all of that struggle, all of that pain, all of that turmoil, all of those sleepless nights, crying yourself to sleep because you can't get rid of the cravings, this and that and the other thing. You don't want to be the one that went through all that to go through all that again, and then go through all that again, and then go through all that again, because you keep losing discipline. You get down to a certain weight, you feel a lot better. Oh, I can ease up today. I'll go out to dinner. Oh, I can ease up this week. Oh, I can ease up this month. And then pretty soon you're just eased up on your whole fucking life, and you're right back that way. Keep that fucking shame in your head that you felt when you didn't like you. Keep that shame in your head that people will deliver you in the battle when you start hitting them with, this is my my whole life victory here, as I lost a bunch of weight 20 years ago. Keep it in your fucking head of what they'll say to you about you now, and it'll keep you moving.
Oh yeah. I still have pictures of me at my heaviest, and I will look back on those, because that kicks the motivation in. Like, when I'm not feeling motivated, I look at those, and I know my discipline for myself. I consider, ego aside, my discipline left because I hit my goal weight, and I was like, okay, then okay, I got a new job. It got comfortable. It got more comfortable to eat what I was eating because it was easier on the fly type of shit.
Well, and you've been married for 20 fucking years. It's a whole different dynamic when you're trying to chase the pussy rather than you've got it already locked down.
Well, I lost all that weight when I was married.
Right.
So it was like, but it was just, for me, like, it just got to a point where it's like, wait a minute. Okay, I'm not happy with where my weight is. I'm done with this fluctuating, going up and down and all that shit. I'm done having to buy new fucking clothes because they're not fitting. I refuse to buy clothes because they don't fit. I won't buy anything until they're so loose that I have to buy something, So I do these things kind of like for myself, but I mean, I lost that discipline, and now that it's coming back, it's the meal prepping, it's going back to the way it worked for me before. The meal prepping, counting the calories, counting the proteins, the fiber, the fat, the carbs, everything, keeping track of everything. It sucks. Believe me, it sucks. And do I like doing it? Fuck no. No. If anybody says that they like doing it, they're lying to you. They are flat out lying to you.
Or I'll devil's advocate. If they like doing it, some people do like doing it, but here's the thing. If they like doing it, it's because that's their life. Like they don't have 900 other things going on, and this is just something I have to do. This is the thing in my life that I am making my mission, which I have absolutely zero fucking hate on. If that is your mission, your life's mission right now is to fully and wholly focus your energy on your body composition and your health, and you enjoy MyFitnessPal, every fucking calorie, every fucking gram of fiber and protein. If you enjoy that, fucking fantastic. Run with that shit as fast and hard as you can. There's no shade. Most people, again, that's an anomaly. Most people, we're just trying to get through it. Like we're just trying to make it happen so that we can get this other shit done, you know? Like we're fixing to be out, Dave and I, with, you know, we'll more announcements in the future, but we're fixing to be on fucking TV one day. So we're deep in the heart of holy fuck, man. I got to get on this treadmill.
No, exactly. It's like, fuck, do I want that? Do I want that fucking quart of ice cream, or should I eat something else? I'll go with the healthier option.
Yeah.
Let's leave the ice cream alone. Yeah. You know, but I mean, those are, again, decisions that you got to make because things are happening. You want things to happen. This is how they happen. You got to take care of yourself.
And you got to do it first. And that's the other thing that people
do it for yourself.
Well, they just don't fucking get. You should definitely do it for yourself. But I will also say that, you know, sometimes you need an external motivating factor. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes just doing it for yourself isn't enough to go through the amount of work, labor, heartache that it takes to lose massive amounts of weight. Sometimes you have to do it for other people. Sometimes you got to do it because you just want to be around for your kids. Sometimes you got to do it just because you want to be hotter for your wife, or sometimes you got to do it just because you want your dick to look bigger. If you're curious about the penis size, it's about a quarter of an inch for every 10 pounds that you lose, men. You gain a quarter of an inch optically on your fucking long dong with every 10 pounds you lose. That's scientific, rough scientific fact there. But
that is a fact.
Sometimes you just got to do it for other things. I'm not hugely into, you know, why you're doing it, as long as you're doing it. It should be done for the right reasons, but there are multiple right reasons. The only right reason isn't, it's for myself. No. It doesn't have to be that. Whatever the fuck gets you off the couch, whatever the fuck gets that ice cream put back in the freezer or not even brought into the fucking house, do that. Whatever helps you, do that. Because all of this shit. So I made another video, I think last week sometime, is you know, the other reason people's lives don't look like they want them to look is, you know, they don't have the career they want, they don't have the wife or husband they want, they don't have the fucking relationship they want, the kids they want, the fucking job, they don't have all the shit they want, is because they won't do what most people won't do. And that's the preparation. You see, for any big fucking amounts of success, for any big opportunities, for any big payout, for anything great, it takes preparation. Preparation is the shit that you do while nobody sees you, while nobody watches you, and nobody listens to you, and nobody gives a fuck about you, nobody even knows you exist. The preparation happens then. People don't want to do the preparation. They don't want to do all that work because nobody notices them. Why am I going to go through all this headache and heartache and all this turmoil and suffering when nobody even notices? Nobody gives a shit. Well, it's because if you want people to give a shit, if you want people to notice, if you want people to offer you opportunity, you have to do the work first. You have to fucking put it in first when nobody's watching, which is coincidentally, which is a whole nother show, but that's why most people are never going to reach success. They will mental gymnastics their way around the shitty life they're living into making themselves feel content with it because they know they didn't do the fucking work. And they know they didn't, because they didn't do the fucking work, they didn't get the opportunity. Because they didn't get the opportunity, they didn't get the success that they felt like they wanted or they deserved. It's all about doing the fucking work when nobody's watching. That's the most important shit. The most important thing you can fucking do is the work that you get done when nobody is watching.
Exactly. Well said. And that's facts right there. I mean, you got to put in the work. You know, nobody's going to watch you. Nobody's going to give you that gratification, give you that pat on the back for, you know, what you're doing behind the scenes, and that's where it all starts.
Well, nobody gives a fuck if you're trying. Nobody gives a fuck if you're trying. That's the other thing you got to get understand. It's like people always want to get this claim to fame is that I'm trying. Right. I'm not trying anything in my life. I'm either doing or I'm not doing. There's no gray area for me. You either are or you ain't. That's the fucking way it is. This trying bullshit is what people fucking tell other people so that they can feel better about not doing anything. Stop fucking trying. Stop telling people you're trying, saying when people ask you what you're doing, this is what I'm making happen. This is the trajectory I'm on. This is the course I'm running, the path I'm on, the avenue, the route, the whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm not doing. There is no fucking trying. So just stop all that trying shit. Get rid of all the trying. You either are or you ain't. You either do or you don't. That's the way it is. If you live without a gray area, you will conduct yourself differently to a much higher level. So I think we could wrap this shit up. If you want opportunities to come, start by not looking like shit. Start by and maybe you are one of these people that deeply love yourself and you're completely content with who you are. You're still not going to create opportunity just because you love you. You have to get other people to love you. You have to get other people to at least respect you enough to have a conversation with you. That means, if nothing else, you've got to operate based on optics. Maybe you love yourself deeply, or more deeply than anybody out here loves themselves. But if everybody looks at you and thinks, given the way you appear, that you don't love you, opportunity ain't coming, and that's just the fucking way it is.
Yep. Nope, it's not. And you know what? I just want to say one thing. When somebody asks you something, maybe instead of saying that I'm trying, start throwing out the list of what you're doing and what you're not doing, like how you were saying. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, get that I'm trying out of your vocabulary. Go with, I'm doing this, I'm not doing this. Leave that I'm trying out. And I guarantee you things are going to be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, and throw away all your big clothes. All of us fat people, every time we start losing weight, we always keep a couple of shirts just in case we put it back on. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of all the safety blankets, burn the fucking ships, burn the boats, burn the bridges, and let's make fucking headway forward only.
Yes.
All right, that all being said, if you want to help us out, get these words out, get these truths out, you can follow us on Instagram. @SavagelyLoud is where I'm most active. On that page, you're going to find 2 links. One of those links is the Savagely Loud podcast page, where you can reach out to both of us. Help us grow the show. Give us a follow there. Share the material, share the content, share the page. It really, really does help. The other link you're going to find is simple link tree. Anywhere you want to hear my rants, see my bullshit, you can find it there, easy peasy. Outside of that, Facebook, X, and Rumble, you can find me at Savagely Loud. YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. Please, please, please do not forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Also, you can email us in at savagelyloud@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the material. And for the love of all the things you love, please, please, please rate and review the shows on Spotify and Apple iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating. Give us a good review. It really does help. Dave, let them know where they can find you.
All right, guys. You can find me over on social media at The Hammer Drops. I'm heavily active on Instagram and Facebook. If you also want to email me directly on a different email, you can email me at david@thehammerdrops.com. And obviously, you're listening to this, you're watching this. Take that 2 seconds and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and help us, again, break those algorithms and get this information out to more people.
Absolutely. That all being said, we got down into it. We pissed some people off. We pissed ourselves off, I think, a little bit at a certain point. Maybe even made ourselves feel a little bit subpar, but we don't want to walk away feeling like that. So let's just take a second and remind ourselves that humanity still exists within humans, with a little segment I like to call Hopelessly Human, and it starts a little bit like...
People can be really rough. They can be quite tough. They can get in the way, but at the end of the day, some aren't only stupid, some are hopelessly human.
Yes, they are. Some are hopelessly human, and this one is no different. This one comes to you from RD.com. It's titled A Family's Food Angel. It's a very short one, but it's good. While going through a divorce, which I have been through a divorce, and I know that life gets real rough when you're a male and you're getting divorced. I'm not saying it's not hard for females, but on broad spectrum, it's very hard for males. While going through a divorce, my mother fretted over her new worries. No income, the same bills and no way to afford groceries. It was around this time that she started finding boxes of food outside our door every morning. This went on for months until she was able to land a job. We never did find out who left the groceries, but they truly saved our lives. That's from Jamie Bolin, Emmett, Idaho. Now, real quick, some of the best fucking deeds you can ever possibly do are completely anonymous. Somebody showed up at this woman's house for months and gave her food so she could feed her family, and that person looked for no credit. They didn't write a note being like, oh, this is me, blah 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 blah. Just keep that in mind. Some of the best things you can do are completely anonymous, even though you would like some credit. Imagine the love and the compassion that this person feels, knowing that somebody didn't give a shit about the credit, but rather only gave a shit about them and them feeding their families. That's Helplessly Human, and that is the show.